of meetings and decisions and, just doing life stuff. And I came upon something that I started over 10 years ago. And I think it's so valuable that I wanted to share it with you all. Most people, when they're going through challenging times, they have not implemented a strategy. And one of the strategies that most people need but don't have is the words that they need to hear that will keep them progressing in a forward motion. So it was over 10 years ago that my mother passed away, and I was dealing with the death of, not just my mother, but the way of life that I had known, a death of a relationship, the death of many relationships that I thought I had, whether it was with my brother and sister or family members. It was just like an incredibly challenging time, and we all will have challenging times that often doesn't have to be a physical death. It could be a transition into a new job. It could just be that you're not feeling that great. You're having some health challenges. Maybe you're having emotional challenges. Whatever your challenge is, this strategy can help. This is the one thing that I did that really made a difference is I told one person, only one person that I trusted, and at that time, I really didn't have too many people that I felt like I could trust because there were so many betrayals going on. It was incredibly challenging. So just find one person who you trust, whether it's a confidant or a partner or a coworker, somebody who you trust. And you need to tell them the words that you need to have them speak back to you. So, for example, like I didn't need somebody to take my problems away. Nobody could do that because I had lessons to learn. Okay. And you have lessons to learn. So, our trusted confidant doesn't need to even hear our stories. No, they need to know what to say that will help you. And we can't assume that people will have the words or the knowingness to say the right things. So we need to tell people what it is that we need to hear. And one thing, it could be one statement, it could be two statements, it could be a handful that you kind of just give to them, and they could just repeat the same thing over and over. And here it is, 10 years later, and I I use these and I say it to other people because I know it's what I needed when I was in a challenging time. And it's simply, I'm proud of you. You're doing a great job. Keep doing what you're doing. And y- that was it. So I told my husband, he wasn't my husband at the time. I said, "Hey, when you talk to me, could you just make sure you tell me these things? If you see me struggling, if you think I'm maybe challenged in something, I don't need you to ask me what the challenge is. I don't need you to know the story. Could you just tell me that you're proud of me? Could you just tell me that?" And he did such a good job at that, because he knew exactly the words that I needed to hear because I told him it wasn't a secret code. I wasn't asking him to crack some ridiculousness and read my mind. I was telling him exactly what I needed, the communication I needed to help me get through the challenge. I'm proud of you. You're doing a good job. I'm proud of you. You're doing a good job. I mean, I could hear that all day long. I'm proud of you. And now when I hear it, I smile and I giggle because I know that there was a time in my life where I really needed that. And it affirmed that I am doing a good job. I was doing the best job I could possibly do in those moments with the information that I had and the wisdom that I had. I always am doing my best. And it's just nice to have somebody say what it is that you need exactly for you. So Your words don't have to be the same as mine. You might come up with a different series of words, but it's important that you tell people what it is that you need to hear that will help you progress. Don't expect them to read your mind because they don't all do that very well. Okay, so this is a way to set yourself up for success. My name is Kiana Sage, and I guide people to peace. Cheers.